In this video, I'm going to discuss the 6 ways to find eye level, and it's in my book, The Art Instruction Course on Amazon. What are the 6 ways to find eye level? Well, one way is to use the horizon, which is always at eye level. In this first picture, I'm looking across the lake. So the horizon is about 3 miles away as viewed by someone standing 5 or 6 feet above level ground. In the second one, the horizon is as high as the plane where I'm sitting. Now I see Manhattan and the Hudson River, not just a lake. So the higher we go, eye level also rises because we see more of the earth. But we can never look up or down at the horizon. It's always following us. A second way to find eye level is to use a distant shoreline that's just below eye level. This only works if we're on level ground and we're looking straight ahead in an eye level viewpoint. So in this picture here, we're looking down at the lake. So we're not on level ground. We're not using an eye level viewpoint. And so the distant shoreline does not correlate with the horizon. A third way to find eye level is to hold a book in front of you parallel to the ground so you only see the book's end, and that would be eye level. Similarly, hold a cup up so its opening is a line, and that line lies on the horizon or eye level. This method requires an eye level viewpoint. If you were looking down at the cup, it would no longer look like a line. A fourth method is to follow converging lines to find the vanishing point on eye level. If the vanishing point is out of the image, then you could locate the most horizontal line where lines above it go down and lines below it go up. This method requires that the converging lines be parallel to the ground. For example, this roof line is parallel to the ground. And it doesn't require an eye level viewpoint or level ground. For example, we could be on a mountain looking down at railroad tracks below. Those tracks would converge toward a vanishing point on eye level, even though we were using a bird's eye view looking down, and we would not be on the ground with the railroad tracks. Use converging lines that are on the same building or objects angled in the same direction. In the second image, we have 3 pairs of converging lines. So since we're on the ground, you use the converging lines that go toward the ground. And watch out for camera distortion where the edges slant or curve. If we were to follow these lines, eye level would seem to be below us, which can't happen. The fifth method of finding eye level is to find the eyes of the figure in the pictures. You can see that these eyes lie on eye level, and that occurs if the following is true. If the figure and the viewer are the same height, if the ground is flat, and if the viewer is looking straight ahead, not up or down. And finally, use doors and windows. If a viewer is standing, a doorway is at least 1 head length higher than the average adult, with the eye level about 3/4 of the way up. In this picture, the converging lines meet at a vanishing point on eye level, which is about 3/4 of the way up this door. If the viewer were sitting, eye level would be, of course, lower. Let's look at some examples. In this picture, there are 2 ways to find eye level. One is the converging lines that meet at a vanishing point on eye level, and the other is to use the eye level of the people in the picture. In this first image, eye level must be in the middle because otherwise this circle would look like an ellipse. And in the second, the horizon cuts across the vase at its opening, so the opening looks like a line. Was the photographer standing or sitting when he took this picture? The horizon here is just above the chair. If we were sitting in that chair, that's about where our eyes would be, indicating that the photographer was sitting on a chair facing the window when he took this picture. And the converging lines on the table agree with that eye level because it meets at a vanishing point here on the horizon. So that shows that the inside, the table, and the outside, the horizon, agree with each other. In this picture, we could follow the converging lines in the parking lot to find eye level, And we would also see that that eye level hits the door about 3/4 of the way up. For these stairs, we can follow the converging lines down to the vanishing point on eye level. And eye level is also the first stair where we don't see its top. And that's similar to when we looked at the end of the book without seeing its sides. This is a summary of the 6 ways to find eye level and their restrictions, that is, whether they require level ground or an eye level viewpoint. In my next video, I'll discuss the 3 main viewpoints, and please remember to subscribe.